Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there a kingdom called Valley of Thorn. At the time, the people were happy because their king and queen were blessed with a son named Malleus, Draconia. Visitor from Truth, the kingdom came to celebrate the birth of the prince. However, their happiness did not last long when the calamity befell them. The war has been going on for a long time in Valley of Thorn Kingdom with their enemy. The king died on the battlefield, leaving his wife and child behind. Poor Malleus, her mother could not hold back her deep sorrow because of the loss of her husband. The queen fell ill and died soon. At the time, Lilia Vanrounge was the only person who was close to Malleus Draconia. He took care of Malleus until he grew up. Malleus was taught how to horse riding, sword fight, and learn many knowledge so that he could become strong, intelligent, and a wise king for his kingdom. However, even though he grew up to be strong, deep down he felt very lonely.
One day, they have a new servant family. They have two children named Sebek and Silver. The presence of the two of them brought happiness to Malleus and Lilia. Malleus even wanted the two of them to get training to be soldiers for his kingdom. Sebek and Silver are siblings. Sebek is a half-fight while Silver is just an ordinary human. Silver was born near the side of river when he was a baby by Sebek's fathers. However, this makes Sebek annoyed and jealous. According to him, his young master loved Silver more than he did. Silver doesn't have pointy ears like the fairies. So, Sebek started to say something rude to him.
Silver, have you not noticed that your ears are not like mine?
What do you mean?
Look, my ears look like they belong to Lord Malleus and you don't. Ha 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 ha.
No, my ears are like Lord Malleus.
Oh, poor Silver. His heart was hurt when Sebek said that he didn't like Silver, and he didn't like Malleus saying his name so affectionately. Silver couldn't help but cry and ran outside. It was raining and he was really barefoot. After that, his foot accidentally stepped on a rock, causing him to fall to the ground. Silver burst into tears remembering Sebek's words that he had to her to say.
Sebek, why are you so mean to me?
Being too tired, he let himself fall itself on the ground with the rain soaking his whole body.
Not long after, someone came to him and carried Silver in his arms. It turned out to be Lilia Vanrounge. Lilia carried Silver and Malleus walked beside him.
Malleus, I think there's something wrong with Silver and Sebek.
I thought so too, Lilia.
Lilia said,
Silver, from now on you can call me father and you are my son. Malleus, Silver and Sebek are my children. I love you.
Then the three of them returned to their place. Sebek was surprised when Silver had returned with puffy eyes. Honestly, actually Sebek was also worried when Silver ran away. Just as he was about to approach Silver, Lilia was already in front of him with a smile on his face.
Sebek, can I have a talk with you?
Sebek felt very worried, but he nodded and followed Lilia out. As he walked out, he invited Sebek to follow him into the Draconia family's private garden. He was silent for a few moments, which made Sebek even more curious.
Sebek, do you want to hear the story of how Malleus was childhood?
Ah, I want, Lord Lilia. The story from young Master Malleus must be very fun. Lilia smiled at Sebek's enthusiastic answer. Then he started to tell Sebek the story of his favorite young master. However, Sebek's smile faded when he found out that the story of his young master was not as happy as he had imagined. Malleus Draconia, the next king of the Valley of Thorn Kingdom, is a very lonely person. Sebek's heart hurts more when at the end of the story Lilia says something to Sebek.
You know, when you and Silver come to our house, Malleus was very happy. He always talked about you and Silver.
Lilia stroked Sebek's head and said,
I know, you're jealous of Silver, right? My dear, don't be like that.
Sebek's throat felt tight and he wanted to cry. But he endured it because, according to him, men shouldn't cry.
Not long after that, Malleus appeared followed by Silver behind him. They both sat down with Lilia and Sebek. Malleus already knew everything what happened between Silver and Sebek, and he wanted both of them not to hold grudges against each other.
Sebek and Silver are already considered like my own family. And don't pick each other, okay? Because it hurts my heart.
Then Malleus asked Sebek to apologize to Silver. Sebek nodded and approached Silver. He took his brother's hand and said,
Silver, I'm sorry. I hurt your feelings, and that's when the tears fell.
And that's when the tears fell. Silver, instead of crying, he laughed. He couldn't have laughed because his face when he was crying was adorable.
Hey, why are you even laughing?
Your face is so funny. Lilia laughed too, and so did Malleus. Sebek was angry because Silver laughed at him, laughed too, because his young master was happy because of him. That day, everything seemed so fast. Silver and Sebek had made up and they promised not to speak carelessly. Malleus and Lilia prayed that they would grow up to be children who had many friends, were intelligent, and were great warriors.